Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to Bars and Bells. My name is Lauren.
And I'm Ian.
And this is our strength and swings class, where we have a kettlebell off to the side, and we'll use that soon. We'll get started with our body weight warm-up, and we're continuing on in semester 4 here with some get-ups and progressing our two-handed swings to add a little bit more volume to that. Well, let's get started. Bells off to the side, body weight first.
Let's get right to the floor, but to get there, let's start with the ankles as for some lunges and maybe even some squats as part of the warm-up. So go knees over the toes, that dorsiflexion on those ankles, and use your glutes, cramp them up and push them through, just like the top of today's kettlebell swing. Then pull yourself down again. In this position, think about being a cow or that anterior tip, and then as you stand up, you might just slightly tuck under to firmly cramp those glutes and brace those abs. Let's get down to the ground, and then we start to warm up those metatarsals or those feet as we get low, and then the knees can go to the floor, then extend through. Lauren points, so let's do that too. And just for a casual second, just sit back on your butt, on the heels rather, with your butt. Then take your hands on your butt, and can you squeeze your right butt cheek? Can you squeeze your left butt cheek? To add on, take a hand to the top of the hip flexor here, and can you squeeze a butt cheek without kicking up that hip flexor in the front? Simple, but not necessarily easy. And let's just try the same thing on their side and condition yourself that as you use your kettlebell swing today, or that hinge, you're powering up with the hips like this as you push your hips all the way through. From this tall kneel position, let's take our hands at our sides and light effort, but elevate or shrug our shoulders. We'll use that shape on Saturdays in our handstand, but today those armpits are firmly placed down. Then squeeze your shoulder blades back. Also a very useful place for those shoulder blades in today's practice. From this position, we can hippity hop on the hip hinge, place our hands on the floor, and go all the way back up to the top at the head neck, and we extend looking forward, extension, chin tuck, look at the hands. Repeating again, ensuring that the grips of the hands are firm on the floor, we're extending on the neck, and as we look back to them, are those blood donations facing forward. Screw in those hands, perhaps a first knuckle push-up or two in there, but no matter if we're on our feet in the swing or those hands in our get-up, grip the ground, and then in this case, let's push away and get back up to tall. One more little wrist warm-up here. We could spend more time, of course, so maybe check out those basics videos if you're interested in that. But until then, on the knuckles, shoulders are low. The stretch is rounding over the wrists or flexing, back of hand to floor. The strength is the extensor muscles there pressing in the ground to stack the wrist back to neutral. Repeating on the other side, closer to the knee would be a little bit easier, or against the wall, so find that right challenge for you. And if you repeat that one more time, flexion over, back up to stacked, and then the last time the other side, get two, keep the elbow straight, keep the armpit down, and then return to more conventional hand shapes. First, or rather before we get into the shoulder blades one more time, look at your neighbor or the wall beside you. Just get a nice rotation of the neck, then through the middle. Do the same thing to the other side. And in this case, the head is moving, but the neck is not moving very much at all. We're moving about that head upon the neck. And while we're on the hands for one last time, a harder variation would be to hover the knees. Maybe Lauren shows us from the side with that. Easier would be from the knees. But here in this position, let's retract our shoulder blades together, then elevate, shrug, then spread them apart the rib cage and pull them back down to the hips. Squeeze together, but this time switch, so we'll depress or go down, then protract, push through, elevate, shrug, and finish down and together. Then push the floor away, get off those hands for a second, and the carryover from today is shoulder blades are together retracted and depressed down, holding a kettlebell for the get up and for the swing.
An important part of our get up that we always like to warm up is that lunge position. So let's bring one leg forward. But today let's start in that opened lunge. So we'll heel toe the leg to the side as it would be in a get up. We'll take our hands on our bowl of punch hips and we'll lightly hike up and then pull down. And let's repeat that again. A hike up and a pull down. And once we find that level position with that quiet hip flexor, that back hip extended, we're going to try to pull ourselves drifting knee towards over toe. And that pull comes from the hamstrings and the adductors. And then we'll push forward to come back up to tall. Let's repeat that again. Hip stays extended. Pull yourself over, extended back hip, and then push yourself up to tall, meeting. Heel toe the leg to the front. Now this time, let's push the floor forward and back, pretending to get to that hover position where we pretend to lift the back knee. Ready? Push forward and back, keep cage on top of body. So much pretend you actually lift off. Continue using the forces to rise. Keep the front shin vertical, and then pull yourself back down. Pause in that hover position. Front leg is pulling in, back hips pushing forward for 3, 2, and then soft landing. Bring that leg underneath, and we'll repeat the same thing on the other side. So we started with it in front, we heel-toed it open. Chest and hips stay square to the front of the room. Knee is over index toe. With hands on the hip, we did that light hike up and pull down. And one more time, a hike up and a pull down. And then that quiet top of hip as we pull ourselves over. Back butt cheek squeeze, back butt cheek extended as we press ourselves up to tall, tall, tall. Let's do that one more time as we drift ourselves forward, knee towards over toe. And then push ourselves back to tall. Heel toe the leg to the front. First we pretend, so we push forward and back, keep the cage on top, keep the hip extended, pretend, and then we go for our actual hover, hover, lift, hold. Then keep pushing forward and back to rise, and then again pull yourself back down to that knee just slightly hovered off the floor and hold for 3, 2, and then soft landing there. Let's bring our legs underneath of us. And unless Ian has any more surprise warm-ups, I'd get into get-ups, but...
Ooh, I'm ready to get into a get-up.
Yeah?
How about you?
Okay. So today we're going to start with some partial get-ups or some half get-ups. And in between our get-ups, we'll be doing our two-handed swings, starting with our hike passes and some stop swings. So all that means is with or without your kettlebell, we're going to start lying down on the floor in the cuddle position, and we'll be performing one half get up, so to that windmill position that we just practiced, or that side leg lunge. So from here, it's the cuddle, the roll, and the press. Set yourself up. First, it's the hip drive, pull to elbow. Then it's find the hand. Then we bridge and sweep, and we just pause here. We have 3 points of contact. We're looking up towards our bell, we're holding. Then we'll sweep back through. We'll find our elbow and press away to our back. Bring the bell back down with 2 hands, return it to the floor, spin yourself around, and we'll repeat that half get up on the other side.
Awesome. So get that grip that you prefer. Mine is heavy through that pinky, closer to the handle on the pinky side, and with 2 hands, kettle roll press. As Lauren cued, hip drive to the elbow, tall sit, squish that bug, and press heavily in the hand and the bent leg there, and hold that windmill or half windmill position here, and then through to the tall sit, abs stiff like a plank, and return to the floor. 2 hands on, pull it down, probably no surprise here, but let's use not the hands, so everything those legs can muster to get ourselves up. And from here, as Lauren said, variations on the kettlebell swing.
Yes, so we'll start today's practice with that hike pass position, and we'll do about 2 rounds of 3 here. So we're standing behind the bell. Remember last week we introduced that little dance step if you'd like to get yourself back, and that's ball toe touching belly, then pivot 90 degrees, and then pivot again, 90 degrees, and pivot again. Rock yourself back and forth. That should be about the distance you want to be away from your kettlebell. Next, we use our hippity hop hinge to send the hips back. We'll grip, tipping the bell on its side. And from here, with our lats and our hamstrings and our core, we're pulling the bell to the zipper and then parking. Pull, park. There's not really a weight shift. Nothing's really moving except for that kettlebell with the lats and the abs. Shake it out. Repeat the same thing again for 3. Hip hinge, grip, tip, pull, and park. Pull, shins remain vertical, weights through hamstrings and glutes, up without.
Getting used to that kettlebell in those phases of the swing, and we'll put it all together, promise, whether you like it or not, in that aerobic style swing.
You better like it.
But until then, now we're gonna work 2 repetitions of that half get up from the floor, cuddle roll press windmill, return to the floor, and then we'll do it twice in a row. So with the cuddle, the roll, and the press, driving through the hip, tall sit, and a bridge and a sweep. If this step is a little too far for you as we do come down, just choose that step or that load that's appropriate for you to hang out. And we'll do it again though. Drive the hip, Toss it. Bridge and sweep. And hold. And sweep back through. Find the elbow. Abs stiff like a plank. Return to the floor. And then back down. Spend time under tension in that position that challenges you. Make sure you can come home safe.
So that same routine on the other side, starting with the cuddle, roll, and press as usual. And then to the elbow. To the hand. Bridge sweep. We're looking at our bell, that 3-point position. And then sweep back through. Find the elbow. Push away to your back. Let's repeat that again. Elbow. Hand. Bridge, sweep, hold. 3, 2, sweep back through. Find the elbow, push away to your back. Bell comes down, returns to the floor. Again, it's that no-handed up. And this time, we'll be performing our stop swings as preparation for our continuous swings. Remember that stop swing setup, same as our hike pass, but be one full swing, park the bell. Let's go in our I go, you go fashion. So Team Ian will go first. So here it's a pull, a swing, a through, a park. Hallmarks, hinging, hips are back. Abs are stopping you at the top, not that low back. Butt cheeks are, how many was that?
3.
5. Butt cheeks are squeezed at the top. Hips are fully extended. Punches in the fronts and the backs.
5 repetitions, Ian. Open your ears and perhaps even those eyes as we check out Lauren's form here. It's that breath in to prepare and high tension exhale as that bell's about to explode off the hips. Those arms are straight. They sure are. And that's what I was focusing on in my set of swings, hoping that throughout all phases, the arms are extended. 1 set down, 1 more to go. For how many?
5.
Okay.
So as Ian mentioned in that warm up there, out front, those shoulder blades are in that retracted position. Lats. It's like your arms are those ropes and the swing is coming from your hips. We're not lifting that kettlebell. We're ending at about chest height or trying to. We might see in the side profile a little bit of a lean back action, but it's not from our low back. It's a bit of that counterbalance of the kettlebell. Depends on the load.
Was Lauren calling me out of my lean back? We'll have to check the tape after.
I just know sometimes I do it,
Okay.
but.
That's right. There is, again, that variation or tolerance for the lean back by about an inch or so, making sure, again, it's not excessive from the lumbar because your abs are engaged. That's 3 already, and let's check this out. Chest height, straight arms, head looking straight on the horizon at the top of the swing. Looks pretty good to me. What about you? More importantly, how do your swings make you feel? A little breathless, but hopefully alive and strong.
We're going to keep on the half get-up train here today, and we're going to start this get-up this time from the top and work down to that windmill position and back up. So what that means is we have to press this kettlebell overhead. If you're not feeling that, go back down to the floor and repeat 1 half get-up on each side, starting from the bottom. But if we're ready to press, we'll take the bell into the rack position. We'll press it overhead, and then we'll step the leg back you can touch. We'll open the front leg, rotate, hinge under our bell and hold for 3, 2, then hand will leave floor, hips extend, front foot moves, both legs help you up, bell pulls down, maintaining that vertical forearm, 2 hands to place down.
Nice.
Whew. Second side.
It's the hike, the clean, full body tension to press. Again, leg we can touch, drop down, then open. Look at the kettlebell as we hinge and hold, then push the floor away and that hip through. Square up lunge and the high tension lunge stand like Lauren cued. Pull the bell down, return it to the floor with our park.
Soft.
And soft, because soft means control. And we do like partial swings, partial get-ups, but also putting it all together. And right now, let's do a set of 5.
So we're working on those 5
swings.
continuous swings. We'll still continue.
No, I was talking. That means you have to go.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so 5 repetitions where, again, the abs are engaged at the top. The feet are heavy. The arms are straight. Yes, they are. And that kettlebell bottom is facing forward at the top of your swing. All good hallmarks of a great, strong swing.
All right, bells are down for Team Lauren. Bells are swinging for Team Ian. Again, we're also thinking about a little bit of that chicken game on the way down. So bell's gonna fall, then hips move. Bell's gonna fall, then hips move.
5.
All right.
There'll be more of those.
We're gonna go back to the top of this get up again. And this time we'll do 2 half get ups in a row. So it'll be a press, step back lunge. Windmill, rotate, hand finds floor, and then stand back up and repeat that again. Great? Great. Let's take our kettlebell, pull it up to the rack position, press it overhead, leg you can touch, drops back, step open, rotate, hinge, hold. 3, 2, hips push forward, front leg moves, up, repeat again, step back lunge, front foot opens, rotate, hinge, hold. 3, 2, hips push through, front foot moves, stand yourself up, bell pulls down, 2-handed park.
Got it.
Without.
Always allow yourself that check-in, that little shakeout in between sets. If 2 on that side felt good, let's do 2 on the other.
And just remember, each move of our get up is distinctive, one to the next. Let's not blur those lines.
Sounds good. So it's the hike pass into the clean and a press. Straighten elbow and then pull yourself down in the lunge. Open windmill, hinging hand to floor. Take a moment, and then as you push the floor away, push that hip through, lunging, tall standing. Repeating one more time, drop down in our lunge, open up windmill, hinging, breathing and holding, and then bracing, powering through, standing tall, and always with control. Return, and quietly, because it means controlled, place the kettlebell on the floor. There might be some more get-ups coming up, but right now, let's stick with that swing thing. And what's the repetition scheme today?
We'll be adding on from last week. Last week we did 5 by 5, so 5 swings 5 times. This week we'll be doing also 5 sets, but it'll be a set of 5, a set of 8, a set of 10, a set of 8, a set of 5. If you're into that many reps, let's do it. If you're not, go back to those 5s. It's great. We'll do our I go, you go. So Team Ian will go first here with a set of 5 swings. In that time, we get to rest. We're staying chill. We're loose. We're preparing for 5 swings that are high tension and tight.
So if we lose the high tension, that tightness, or the technique of that swing, be done. It's okay to do a little bit less as long as your form remains strong. So keep that amplitude or power the same throughout.
So Team Ian is back, hands on the bell, and this time it's 8 swings. Like Ian said, swing number 1 should look like swing number 8. So make sure they all look good. Don't save any energy for the last swing.
8, high tension in the swing, and something a little bit loose in between. We're matching swing tension with the breath there as Lauren is, and right now, in slow, out slower, for recovery and confidence. 10.
Shaking it out, Team Ian. This is the peak of your pyramid here for a set of 10 swings. It's the hips that drive through to extend. We're not smashing those knees backward, but extending the hips and stopping ourselves with the core. 10-zy again.
Thank goodness I'm at the apex. It doesn't get easier from here, but it does get a bit lighter in the volume. Breathe, timing the tension with Lauren on the swings if you're active, and with me, perhaps a nice big breath in and out. And hopefully you have time for one more. Breath in and breath out.
And Team Ian, you're back to that number 8 here as we recover. Shake out the arms. Take those recovery big breaths, expand the rib cage 360 degrees. Shake out the legs, stay loose. High tension, but also high relaxation.
That's right. 8 down. That means we have one more set of rest right here and one more set of our swing. Hard to breathe, hard to talk, but making sure you're calm and confident going into that next set. Lauren's form, definitely inspiring. We have one more set of 5. Let's do it together.
So Team Ian, the set of 5 before our last set. Again, nice inhale, strong exhale, stay loose. Keep your breath on your swings as well, very important.
Nice. We're finished. Let's cheer on that team, Lauren. Taking rest in between sets allows you to stay nice and strong, nice and finesse with your form. And if you don't want to do more, you're done. So you don't have to do any more swings today.
We don't have to do any more swings, but we are going to finish with some get-ups here today.
Love it.
So we have not yet done a complete get-up.
Let's do it.
So this is what I'd like to do. I'd like to lie down. I'd like to do one get-up each side from the bottom to the top and back down. And then I want to stand up and do one more get-up on each side from the top down.
Sounds good.
So that means we start on the floor here. First side, one get-up. Take an extra minute if you need it, or join us here as we cuddle roll. Press. Again, step by step as we work through to the standing position of our get-up shape, and then take it back down on the same side. Take your time, sweep, elbow to your back, bell comes down, returns to the floor, spins around.
One more from the floor, that is. So let's cuddle it. Take a big breath in to prepare. Maybe even talk to that kettlebell and drive the hip. Tall sit, bridge and sweep. Pressing away. Help to tall stand. And then from there, drop down in the lunge. Now look at that bell or towards the ceiling. So tall sweep, elbow, core plank. And we're pretty close together, but there we go. We're down. And sick pistol squat right there, Lauren.
All right, as promised, we said we'd do one get up from the top down. So let's go back to that first side. We have two more get ups here to finish up today's practice. First side, it's an inhale, brace the abs, pull to rack, press bell up, full get up down, full get up back up. Take your time. We start looking at that bell at the sweep. Keep the bell up, return back to standing with the sweep, the press through, the stand tall, the vertical pull down, and the park. Last one of the day.
One more. Whew. You ready, Lauren?
Yep.
Of course you are. I'm buying ourselves time. Here we go. It's a clean and full body press. Drop the lunge. Don't forget to breathe. We're hinging. We're sweeping. Finding the elbow and then the back. And then driving that hip. Sitting tall. The bridge again in the sweep. Square up the lunge. Yep. Tall stand. Pull things down. And park. That was pretty quick. Not too dirty. And efficient ways to train your strength and endurance with bars and bells and the kettlebell in particular.
All right. We've made some promises in the past. Oh, no, we're done for the day. Don't worry. Don't worry. Recover. Take your breath. But we promise we will be here this Thursday. Life on YouTube is one thing, but there's life outside of YouTube. And unfortunately, we missed our first week at the bar. But we're starting this week.
2 to 3 ain't bad.
We're starting this week. Sometimes it's just the way life is.
You got it.
So we'll be on the other side of the room Thursday at 4 o'clock for some presses and some hip mobility. And then we're always here Saturdays at 8 a.m. to work on our bodyweight crawls and rolls and handstands and single leg squats. So stay tuned for that. In the meantime, make sure you like and subscribe on YouTube. Check out our website and sign up for our newsletter. We're also on Patreon. Ooh. And until next time,
take care.
Stay strong.
And let's train soon. Have a good day.
Goodbye.